What's going on, guys? It's your boy Little Tits here. Now I got a little bit something different. This is technically the first kind of sponsored dedicated video, so just so you guys are aware. Love hitting my microphone. So basically, I've been having a lot of problems with my current chair, and I kind of tweeted about this the other day because I was like legit having problems. A few people contacted me just because, you know, playing so much Overwatch and streaming, and I realized this chair isn't really well fit for me. eWin Gaming reached out to me, which was perfect timing, and they basically just said, yo, like, we'll send you over a chair if you do like a review on it. I was like, I would love that, especially my back. It's starting to get painful generally in the shoulder bits. Yeah. Whoa, look at that. It's built. So before I say anything about the chair, I'm gonna use it for about 3 to 5 days, just get used to it, have like my true honest opinion about it. And yeah, I'm gonna be gaming, streaming, and editing in this. And I generally sit around in my chair for about like 12 hours a day, let's be realistic. So let's see how this goes. All right, so after a couple of days, I've definitely gotten used to this chair now, safe to say. I spent about 5 days both streaming, editing, and gaming in this. Roughly about the very least 6 hours, and like the very most about like 18 hours a day into this chair. So these are my thoughts. I'm gonna go through 3 kind of tiers. First is assembly, second is design, and third is ergonomics. For point 1, assembly wasn't too bad. It took me about 40 minutes in total to build the chair. There was only one step where I kind of slowed down a bit, which was actually putting the chair back onto the handles, mainly because it's so tight and secure. It was a little hard only being myself there to make sure, so I kind of had to put one screw in slightly in at a time and do a crisscross formation. Then again, I'm not very good with constructing anything really, so there's that too. So knowing that beforehand, I probably could have done it in about 20 minutes, maybe 30. What I do really enjoy while assembling it is that when you put everything together, everything feels firm and in place. For example, the little side panels that hide the screws and the mechanics of the chair, it doesn't wiggle whatsoever when you're done with it. So I'm really happy about that. One odd thing I also want to say as well is that I really appreciate the well-constructed instructions. You know what I'm talking about. It's like that really thin paper. It has like 20 languages on one side and the instructions are barely visible. This one's like a very thick set of instructions, so it's kind of nice knowing that. Other than that one problem that I had, everything else was fine with building it. I proceeded to whiz through it, and it only took probably like 10 minutes after that, so that was pretty nice. Second is style. Now, if you know me, I'm a huge fan of the color schemes of black and red and white and blue. So I know with a lot of chairs as well, the stitching is kind of a big deal. The either A, hidden, or B, in plain sight. The eWin chairs have an external stitching. The one thing I'm really happy with is they have colored stitching. So as you can see here, because I chose a red and black chair, all the stitching is red and black, which is how it should be. I know a few companies kind of just do the old standard white or the old standard black, and depending on your color scheme, that can look a little weird. One thing I wasn't a fan of though, that the smaller size chairs have space for you to arrange the pillow at a different height. This is kind of set at a fixed height, so I ended up just putting the pillow up above onto the headrest so it fits more properly against my neck and shoulder area. I mean, it still looks fine. I can't even tell that it's even there because it's pretty camouflaged in, but it would have been nice to have the little slider be able to go up. But yeah, overall, I love the design of the chair. It's not too flashy, but just kind of flashy enough to know, hey, I'm a big fan of the color red, but it's also not screaming it as well. And finally, the ergonomics and functionality of the chair. Thankfully, eWin sent me the XL version of the Flash series, because I am a pretty big boy. The armrests are completely adjustable as well as you would think. I got them currently to the lowest setting. That's just because I don't use armrests at all. I have enough space on my desk where I just rest it on the desk anyway. But they can go pretty high, and the chair itself can go really high as well. Like the highest I've actually ever used. And the low is a nice comfortable low as well. My previous desktop chair, it went to that funny low point that no one would ever use that ever. This is a good middle ground of a low where it's not too high but not too low. Everything seems symmetrical, and by that I mean the stitching and everything seems to be even out. There's no odd sizing or anything like that. Well, that's good. It also gives a lot of space for you to lean back as well. So there's a few times I kind of just sat like this, and it was pretty enjoyable if I'm watching some movies or something like that. And also it can lean forward a bit as well, though this is handy for when you're having like those like really hardcore matches and like you want proper support when you're leaning forward. Because let's get real, when you get that serious gaming face on, you tend to lean forward, you don't care about posture, and you're right into it. So I'm glad I have this option here just to kind of keep my back in check still regardless. But for the most part, I do just have it the standard straight, just so it kind of gets me to work. The chair also has 2 lumbar support pillows. They are extremely nice in the sense that I've had a few lumbar pillows before, both on chairs that I've had and several just ones, the rolls that are at the office. The lower one is a perfect thickness. It's not too thick, but not too thin either, where it's kind of like you know it's there and it's helping your lower back, keeping your back straight, but not too intrusive or hard in order to lean back in it. Feeling the 2 on your back constantly kind of gives that good way to tell you that, hey, like, sit up straight, you nerd. It's a little weird to get used to at first, mainly because I've been using an improper chair for years at home, and I was starting to go to bed every night with either a very slight or massive pain in my back. And at first I thought it was normal because I'm like, oh, I'm sitting at a desk for like 12 hours. But it was the first night when I got this chair here is when I noticed, oh my god, I went to bed with absolutely no back pain, which is really, really weird, and I'm extremely grateful for eWin for sending it again. I'd also like to add that sometimes I do like to lift my leg up into the chair, kind of like a half cross pose, and by doing that, I actually have space in the chair to do that because the lips don't extend too much into the front, so you have some wiggle room for that. Or if you want to completely spread out your legs, because boy, I think it's safe to say I'm going to be using this chair for a nice long time. So for all 3 activities, I've had no problems with it whatsoever. Anyway guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can check out the eWin website down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Let me know what I could do a little bit differently in the future for any type of review videos. I don't do them very often, so I do feel a little out of my comfort zone, but at least I'm comfy in this chair. So I'll see you next time, boys. I promise I won't make a pun like that ever again.